Hello, hello, hello. Testing. Wait, can I write something in this chat? Let me see. Whoops. Hello, is anybody there? Hello. Hey, what's up, guys? Tess, Yasin. All right, we got a couple people. I am just bored and testing out going live on YouTube. Haven't done that in a long time. I'm trying like a different software and thought I'd jump on. I'm kind of doing a little bit of research and yeah. So if you guys have questions about print on demand or Amazon stuff or blogging, emails, whatever, YouTube, let's just chat. Come here, bud. Come here. You got to say hi. Come here. I'm going to introduce you guys to Rosco. Come here. Big boy. Oh, there's Rosco. Say hi. Say hi right here. He's a good boy. This is my best bud. Alrighty. Let's see here. Any tips on how to do Amazon merch listings fast and good? I would say just keep it simple. I think a lot of people do the listings and think of too many keywords and really, really try and do too much when it comes to like listings, titles, and brands. I've really simplified and I really just focus on like one or two main keywords that I'm trying to target. And I just don't include much else. So that's one tip. Just don't overthink it. Whoops. All right. Pin message. Bam. Okay. We're getting official. Can you guys hear me okay? This is a new microphone. Look at that. Fancy. Can y'all hear me all right? I also have like the camera here, but then maybe I need to move this over to this screen. Bam. Camera, monitor. Camera, monitor. Is it still stuff to start with competition being at peak? David, what do you mean? Are you talking about with Merch by Amazon? And what competition are you talking about exactly? Help me better answer your question. The more questions you guys ask or the more discussion we get into, the more everyone can learn, because there's going to be people who come into this. There's going to be people who start, watching this maybe later after it's been recorded. So ask away and let's get some discussion. So David, you said, is it still tough to start with competition being at peak just generally? I'm not exactly sure what you mean. I mean, if you're just talking about starting a side hustle or a business and competition is high, yeah, I mean, that happens. And it's, if you could have started 10 years ago, that would have been better. But the next best time is today, right now. Take action, So you just got to kind of jump in. You really can't control much when it comes to competition. Focus on what you can control. Okay, Tess is asking, are you running merch ads? Yes, I do run ads for merch. Absolutely. I have been running ads on Amazon since like 2016 first with Amazon FBA, then with Amazon KDP and Amazon merch. And I still run ads every single day. And every single day I sell shirts due to ads. So they make up a big portion of my revenues and sales. Probably anywhere between 20 and 30% of my sales are directly coming from ads, I would say. And I mean, I'm not even scratching the surface, right? In terms of like the power of ads and different marketing strategies. I kind of do a pretty passive approach. If I was more aggressive with my marketing strategy and ads and really kind of hyper focused and tweaked it and ran some longer tests, like the Tomas method and some of these other methods that require investment and time and really tracking and being very, very, binary about your decision making, um, you can make a lot more with ads. I mean, they're very, very powerful. I'm going to post this on my Instagram somehow that I'm live right now so that people from my Instagram story, can drive some people here. Bear with me because I'm not great at this stuff. Let's see. Okay. I'll go to YouTube on my phone, in which case I'm live right now. Haha. Now I can share, copy link, and then now I can go to Instagram, go to story. This is the serious life of a content creator. All right. So if you're in the chat, you'll see that on my Instagram. Okay, got that. Are you running? Let's see. Drop a secret niche for us people. Excuse me. Drop a top secret niche for us first people. That's not a bad idea, actually. You know what I mean? Like incentivize people to come through on the chat and be like, if you're here in the first 5 minutes, you get a free niche. But then everyone who watches it afterward would also get the free niche. So backfire. Maybe that won't work. I think we'll stumble on some niches. I actually sent out, if you guys aren't signed up for my newsletter, I just sent it out, this week's newsletter, 2 hours ago. And there's a niche in that newsletter that I verify and I show you and I give you some ideas. So make sure you're signed up for that if you're not. All right. Posting this on my Instagram. Look at that. This is like Matrix because I'm watching myself, but you're watching me. And this is a picture of me watching myself. And now I'm posting it so that more people can see this picture and come here and see this or play it back. Okay. It's Friday, guys. It's been a long week. Okay. That's posted on my Instagram. David said, is that Facebook ads? No, not Facebook ads. The ads I was talking about are directly on Amazon.com. They're part of the Amazon ads console. And if you, for example, are part of the Amazon Merch on Demand program, after a certain amount of time, you'll gain access to be able to run ads. And those are the ads that you see right in the Amazon listings. It'll say sponsored, and all the different products. That's the only place I run ads for Merch by Amazon. Or that's the only place I run ads, at all for t-shirts. I want to search Reddit using AI to find problems to solve or a niche. Great idea. I would have no idea how to do that. But I'm sure somebody out there could write something or prompt AI to go through and scan like the top Reddit threads where people are looking for solutions to problems that are hard to solve. And then maybe you could have it group those problems into a bunch of different buckets. Maybe this ones are health related. Maybe these ones are, home DIY related. Maybe another one is related to, education or a job type or something like that, mechanical. Yeah, and then you could and once you have it in the separate buckets, you could probably rule out a lot. For example, health seems like a hard one to solve a problem for. Maybe get rid of all the health related queries, and then focus in, I like home DIY, and you see a trend, you have it go through, okay, now find me a trend. What is something that people have a lot of problems with? And it turns out it's, some common thing that homeowners run into. And then you can start thinking of a solution. That's a good idea. Search Reddit. I mean, Reddit is a great place if you want, what do they call that? That's like user generated knowledge, right? So it's people's opinions. Some of it may be true, some of it may be false, but most of it's written by, a user, a real person out there. All right. I see 4 people in the chat, and I got David, Tess, and Yassine. Who else is out there lurking? Somebody say hi or drop a comment. Is that my microphone? Yeah. Let's see if anybody... I should post this on my TikTok as well. All right. The other thing that I wanted to do, let me see. Can't I share my screen? How do I do that exactly? If you guys are new here, if you have any questions about side hustles, print on demand, Amazon influencer, blogging, Amazon KDP, email, affiliate marketing, Amazon associates, I've done all that stuff and happy to help with it. What was I going to do? Let's see here. Share screen. So if I share a screen, which screen is it sharing? That's the question. All right. I'm going to try something here while we're waiting for some people. Okay, lets me choose. That's nice. Window. So that's what I want to do. I'm going to go like this. David, you still there? You didn't say anything about after my big AI Reddit response. What would be your go-to if you needed results? I don't understand your questions, man. You got to be more you got to be more specific. What would be your go-to if you needed results? You got to do some analysis and do some work. Yasin, do you sell on Etsy? No, I don't sell on Etsy anymore, but I sold on Etsy for like 5 or 6 years. And I closed my shops at the beginning of this year in January. I closed them down because Etsy just, to me, it was taking a lot more energy than I felt like I was earning off of. I had like 3 shops. So I started with 1 and then kind of went to 2 and then had 3, but really only 2 were doing good. But just managing the shops, the customer service, things like that, I closed my shops. And I'm just focusing for Amazon as my print on demand primary business and provider. I have friends that sell on Etsy and do well. I'm not saying Etsy's, you can't make money, but there was multiple things with the platform, like with ads and then with some of the fees and then with some of the like listings and then some of the like fraudulent activity that goes on there. It wasn't, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze for me. All right. Muad says tier 25 and 5 sales remaining to be able to get tiered up. Any advices to achieve that before Q4? Yeah, I would buy your last 5 shirts right now. If you need 5 more to get tiered up, what is that going to be? $100 or $80? Get your friends, your neighbors, people that you went to school with, whoever, family, say, buy my shirt, help me support my business. You get a t-shirt out of it. All it costs you is $13.99, and just get those sales so that you can hopefully tier up soon, so that you can get out more designs right before Q4 or during Q4. That's what I would recommend. Straight up, post it on your Facebook, social media, your link to it. Hey guys, buy this shirt. Help support my business. David, yes, here. Need to learn how to build out my niche when I find it, like website and YouTube content. Yeah, no, I hear you on that. It's tough to, once you find your niche, you got to kind of build it out and figure out what direction you want to go and what kind of like branding you want to do. I'm really interested in that stuff. Like I'm trying to do that for myself, and I've done it with some other projects. And, I like that kind of comprehensive concept of like, maybe you find a niche and then you decide like which avenue you want to go. Do you want to go video content? Do you want to go written content? Do you want to be, primarily long form, or do you want to be short form? Do you want to be, more on social media apps, or do you want to be, more mainstream, right? Formal, like news sources, journals, things like that. So there's a lot of different directions you can go for sure. I like that kind of stuff though. And, the truth is you're probably never going to get it right the first time. That's why it's so important you take that first step. Pivoting is really, really common in this business or field, because people get an idea and they go one direction, but something happens or something changes and they pivot, and that's totally okay. All right. Fuad says, hi, bro. How to do fast niche research, design, and upload. Tier 2000. Well, if you're, excuse me, if you're not a designer, the fastest way to design is to hire it out or use AI, right? Use something other than your own skill set, because you don't have the skills to design fast. I use a designer for a lot of stuff. So I would look at hiring a designer. It's kind of like having 2 of you. Maybe you design some, they design some, or maybe you just focus on the research, right? So that you can send them research and they design for you. The upload process, there's really no way to get faster at the upload process unless you're doing things like scalable designs, in which case like the titles, the metadata is almost going to be exactly the same. You can copy and paste it off of a spreadsheet. You can save it to a template, or you can use upload and automation tools. There's tons of them out there that can help speed up the process, but otherwise, it's really just about how efficient you can identify a good niche in the research process, how quickly you can create a good design. And then the upload is more about like consistency. Everybody's capped at a certain amount of uploads per day. It's not like you have to crush that number all the time. It's the tortoise is the one that, wins the race, because maybe he's uploading a few designs every day, or, a couple designs every week, whatever the case may be, but doing it over the long term. Does that answer your question? Ask some more questions, guys. I can't be on. I got to go to dinner here shortly, so I'm just killing some time. But ask me a question. See what I can help with. Okay, Fuad, you said I do all the work alone. What about ideogram designs? I haven't used ideogram, but my buddies that use it, I see them talk about ideogram. I think it's a good platform. I've never used it. I don't really use AI. Excuse me. I don't really use AI to do my designs, with the exception of the AI in Kittle, because that has an AI generator built in right to the app. So you can just like type in, I need a teddy bear with an American flag, and it'll make it for you. But ideogram, I've heard good things about, and I don't see why it wouldn't. I mean, any of them I think can work. It's all about the prompts that you give it, your ability to like do things like remove backgrounds or upscale. And then obviously putting it together on a good t-shirt design that's matches the target audience or matches that, target niche. I'm going to try and share my screen real quick because I want to show my niche research guide. How do I do that? Share screen window. There we go. Oh, it still shows my camera down here. Can you guys see that? Can you guys just type in the chat? Yes, we see the niche research thing. Can you guys, anybody see that? Should be like this PDF guide. Okay, you guys see it. Sweet. All right. I'm going to get to your questions. I just real quick, I got to show this off. This is a free niche research guide that I created with my designer. And it's really to kind of help people who may be interested in print on demand identify a niche. And it's my kind of take on the niche research process. That's something that I do quite a bit of. I've always done all my own niche research, and I pretty much don't use any tools. This guide is focused on how to do it for free, places to look, things to focus on. So you can download this by signing up for my newsletter. There's probably a link down in the description, I think. Maybe not. If I'll have to add one if it's not there, but all my other videos it is. But it's pretty cool little product here. It's got everything from, what is a niche, right? Understanding the differences in niches and the sizes of niches. I go over the different types of niches. And this may seem sort of trivial or basic. A bad idea to kind of remind yourself of the basics. So I talk about what is an evergreen niche, what is a seasonal niche, and then what is a trend and how those things can differ. And I give specific. These are some of the free tools that I use: ChatGPT, DS Amazon Quick View, which is the browser extension that'll show you the BSR on Amazon, and then AMZ Suggestion Expander, which is one of my favorites. This is what will show you what search terms are in the search bar, which is really important for when you're doing your niche research, but it's important for when you're doing your listings because you want to use those exact phrases that Amazon is sharing with you. Look at this. I even have actual design examples of the different niches and a description, right? So like this evergreen niche here, I'm giving you 3 different examples of styles that are common in the evergreen niche. And I'm using trains. Here's the example. So this one, it's probably hard to see because I'll zoom in a little bit. Is that better? This is a schematic style design, which features technical drawings of trains. And it's these old sketches of trains. And that works really well for like a technical kind of occupation or hobby, anything that like guys would like, engineers would like, historians, somebody that likes the concepts, the moving pieces and parts. Whereas this one, okay, we're still in the train niche, all right? This is clearly a take on an artistic design style, right? Something that's more related to art, right? This is like a Van Gogh Starry Night kind of painting, but it's a train. It's kind of Harry Potter-ish, but it's really doesn't speak to train collectors or, train engineers. It's just a train, okay? And then this one is kind of that very common and popular design we see a lot on Amazon, even on Etsy, and it's the retro style design, usually with some kind of, dulled down color palette of 3 different colors, sometimes 4. This is a very common style with the red, the orange, and the blue. And it has a funny little saying like, sorry, I wasn't listening. I was thinking about trains. And you could replace that with, sorry, I'm late. I was playing with my toy trains. Sorry, I'm whatever. I mean, that kind of style is very common. This is trying to pop up an ad here. I'm trying to hit skip. Okay. So anyway, I go over that in this guide, right? Where I talk about some of the different design examples. Here's different trends, right? Which these get confused a lot with seasonal. When I try and clarify the difference, can make a lot of money with trends. Okay, we're seeing a lot right now, tons of sales in the political niche. That is a trend. That's the ones that are popular and really popping off right now related to like the election and different quotes. Those are trends. You can make a lot of money with them, right? But you got to be early. They can be risky sometimes, right? So I talk about stuff like that. I talk about steps that I use to identify a niche, right? Brainstorming ideas, conducting market research, how to analyze, and where is a good BSR? What does that rank? I've got a scale here, right? So I talk about where I begin, things to focus on. I don't want to give it all away because I want you guys to download it and take a look at it. But I will say down here at the end, I've added in like 5 different pages of print on demand niches. So these are all about occupations, okay? And this is a niche tree. And that means that, here you kind of have the main niche, right? Nurse. But these are all sub niches that are kind of branching out from a nurse. Okay, so we have nurse is the simple keyword, and then we're finding similar. We're still connected to that main keyword, that main tree, but we're branching out into some of these longer tail keywords that are more specific. All right, and I've got this. I mean, I got tons of different jobs on here, occupations. And then I think I jumped down into hobbies next. Where am I at? Let's see here. Okay, yep. So we got holidays and then hobbies. So this is like hundreds of different niches. So Tess, I think you asked earlier for a secret niche. There's some good ones in here, guys. You've got to kind of hunt them out and you've got to dig them out. But the other thing is, don't take these exactly verbatim. Okay. This is meant to kind of look at and brainstorm. I mean, you could easily combine different things. You can combine barbecue with a patriotic event. Okay. Those are 2 different niches that can stand alone on their own, but why not combine them? And this guide is meant to give you some of these keywords and concepts, put them in, an organized fashion, but allow you to kind of get some ideas, And on my newsletter today, I use this to find a niche that I think is a great niche for a problem, adding it to my portfolio. So lots of tons of on here for you guys to kind of get started with. I have different resources you can look to do research for free on the internet, different places. And then I've got some video resources down here, right? Which are kind of like, this is a clickable PDF. So these are live links. You can click and it'll take you right to the video, if that makes sense. So anyway, let me go back over here and stop sharing that. Okay, come here, buddy. Rosco wants to say hi. Oh, come here. Okay. Anybody still out there watching? Wow, this is riveting, isn't it? We're just getting wild on a Friday night about t-shirts and niche research. Hey, Rosco. Okay. Rosco says, ask your questions. You guys ask some questions. Anybody out there? Hello. Stop the chatter. Does anyone have a copy of my niche guide in the chat? Like, has anyone ever downloaded it? Are you a member of my newsletter? Would you be willing to analyze one of my merch shirts? I can't seem to make any sales. Yeah, sure. You can send it to me. I'll take a look at it. I can't spend a lot of time on it, but you can email me and I'll try and get you some feedback. Would you be willing? Okay, we answered that. Okay, so Fuad has the niche research guide, which is good. Can we do it on the live right now? That's up to you if you want to do that. I don't think you could put a link in the chat though. Can you? Probably not. So I don't know how you'd get me the link right now. Put up the link for the download. I don't know how to put up the link right now, guys, because I can't put a link in the chat. Can I? Maybe I can. Let me try. Let me find the link real quick. Sign up page. To get it, you just sign up for my newsletter. So it's the link. Well, let's just see if it even works. But the link, it just, put in your email, and then the email you get is the sign up, or excuse me, the email you get includes the Roscoe's laying his head on the space bar. The email you get is the download link. So let's see if this even works. Oh, maybe it did work. Can you guys see that? We got 6 people in the chat. Stop the chatter. What's the matter? Tess, I would be willing to do it. You can tell me how to find it on Amazon. Tell me what to search for. Would that work? Otherwise, I'm not really sure how you can get me the link right now. You can email it to me. Yeah, send me the ASIN. Great idea. Great idea. But forewarned, you're putting your niche out here for the world to see. You're putting your t-shirt out here for the world to see. Because this is going on YouTube. So that's up to you, Okay. All right. She sent it. Let me see if I can pull it up here, and then I'll share my window. Roscoe, you guys look at him. He's laying right here. Roscoe, what are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? Okay, let me see if I can find this. Bear with me. I'm looking. Okay, when I type that in, that did not come up with a t-shirt. Are you 100%? That's the right ASIN. Let me see. Let me try a different way. Oh, the first one is wrong. Okay, let's try this. Okay. I'd see it. Is it in the cheerleading niche? Cheerleading niche? Yes. All right. So we got it. I'm going to share the screen. So last chance, Tess, if you don't want this shown, but you're asking me to share it. I think I could give you some tips. Honestly. All right. She said do it. All right. Share. I need to share a Chrome tab. This one. I want to share. Share. All right. Can you guys see it? Can you guys see that? Cheerleading, live, love, cheer shirt. Yes. All right. Tess sees it. So, okay. Live, love, cheer. Cheerleading, live, love, cheer t-shirt. Okay. 2 things right off the bat that I noticed right away. 1, your price is at $21.99. I would consider that to be a high price t-shirt for Amazon, a premium priced, right? Maybe a step up. There's nothing wrong with that per se, but right now you don't have any social proof because I don't see any stars or reviews here, okay? Which trust me, people who shop on Amazon, they see that and they feel trust and are more inclined to buy at that higher price. So first thing, $21.99. If I'm trying to get a first sale, I usually don't price it that. I think you might have better luck at $19.99, but really some people would say no, start that thing at like $14.99, $15.99, right? Not necessarily trying to make the bucks or the money right now. You're just trying to get a couple sales on the board. All right. So that's the first thing I noticed about the price. The second thing was you have this all caps cheerleading, live, love, cheer. And then obviously Amazon has added t-shirt. This is, first of all, you shouldn't use all caps. All right. That's just kind of bad, I don't know, computer, SEO skills. So avoid using the all caps for sure. The second thing is I think you have more room for some better keywords in here, some more targeted keywords. I don't know if, let's see, is live, love, cheer a common phrase? Live, love, see, live, love, cheer shirt. Okay. Looks like it is. Let's click on it. Yep. So, okay. So that's fine. If that's the phrase you're trying to target is live, love, cheer, that's fine then. But I still think you could add some additional keywords is what I'm getting at. So drop all the caps. I like live, love, cheer t-shirt. That whole phrase right there is going to be the end. But I think here at the beginning, there's probably another term. Is this something that cheerleaders wear, or is this something that like cheer parents wear? That would be a question I would have, because you might want to focus it for cheerleaders, right? Or you might want to focus it for cheerleading moms or cheerleading family, cheerleading support. I'd have to do some research, but what I'm saying is put another one or two search terms here that you have this as your main focus, long tail, live, love, cheer, t-shirt. And then here at the beginning, cheerleading, and maybe, like I said, I don't know if it should be cheerleader or something like that. The design. All right, let me check the chat. I go for big bucks. Okay, subscribe. CDW, it takes a minute or two for the download email to come in. So give it a few minutes to make sure that download link email will come in. And also check the spam folder in case it didn't come through. Okay, so for the design, honestly, I don't think your design is that bad. I kind of like it. I really do. You've got a really good sized font, okay? And the fonts you chose are very, very clear. I can look at this on a tiny thumbnail on a phone and see that it says live, love, cheer, which is very important because you want that to pop, for whoever is the target customer. When they're scrolling, they see that. The only thing is it's maybe a little off balance because these two fonts are exactly the same, it looks like. And then you have cheer, which is, obviously in a different font. I kind of want one of these to be different so that you've got three different fonts: live, love, cheer. Sorry, I was putting Rosco down. Other than that, I kind of like the font, honestly. I mean, or excuse me, the design. I don't, you could experiment with some other colors. I would probably default to more of like a brighter popping color design. This is kind of like a dulled down gold and then a dulled down pink. And it matches because it's a little bit not quite as bright and loud, but knowing how cheerleaders are, I would do some that are in like some hot pink or some leopard color, some really, really bright, purple, white, blues, think colors that are related to sports, like cheering and, high school varsity sports, things like that. And do a couple designs that are similar colors, or excuse me, similar design, but different color patterns. But honestly, the design wasn't, I think you need more work here in your title, and then you need a little bit more work, maybe trying some better pricing. Now let's look at your bullets. Let me check the chat. All right. So you said you stuffed the bullets with keywords. Not sure if that helps or not. Great for cheerleading squad members or cheer coaches, cheer gifts bulk for team. Cheer for girls, cheerleaders, gifts for girls, cheer gifts. Yeah, you did just basically keyword stuffing. All right. Aside from this first sentence here, you just stuffed in a bunch of keywords. But here's where you really went wrong. A lot of these keywords that you have in your bullets are nowhere to be found in your title or your brand or on the shirt itself. Like, do you even say live, love, cheer down here in the bullets anywhere? I don't think you do. I would repeat that one time. You don't have to put it a bunch of times, but I would definitely put that. So I would say something like this: live, love, cheer design is great for cheerleading squad members, their families, friends, or coaches, period. And then all this other stuff, cheer gifts bulk, team, cheer gifts, blah, blah, blah. That's just dribble keyword stuffing. Don't do that. Consumers don't like that. And you're really not gaining any additional SEO search by that, because anytime you repeat the same phrase like cheer gifts over and over, cheer gifts over and over, they get ignored. They're redundant. So you're better off only using keywords that are targeted to that design. So I think you could clean this up and probably come up with one strong sentence here and one strong sentence here. And whatever, main other phrase you use in those sentences, that's what you can also use to put up here in your title. I would drop the price down. If you don't need the money, you're not worried about the money, I drop this down to $13.99. Get some sales, get some momentum, get some tier ups, things like that. Is that helpful? Are you even still there? That was a very in-depth analysis. People pay big bucks for that. I'm just kidding. But let me know what you think, if that actually was helpful. And okay, yeah, good. Well, yeah, that's a cool one. And this isn't trademarked, right? You've checked this phrase, I'm assuming. Live, love, cheer. Oh, it looks like it is not trademarked, at least from my quick check. So good job. You must have checked that. Is that a design you made yourself, or did you use one of the art platforms? I'd be curious, to know how you made it. Do you use a designer? Do you use like Kittl or Canva? Canva. Okay. Cool. Yeah, Canva's, a lot of people use Canva. It's a great resource. There's a lot of different options out there. It's always cool to hear where people start. One last question: is the niche okay, and how would I tell? Well, I talk about that in my niche research guide. I do talk about that in my niche research guide, which is obviously we just looked at. It's available. But let's see. I mean, I know that the cheerleading niche, there's plenty of demand. So this is a sub niche of that, right? And I think really what you're trying to target here is this live, love, cheer shirt. So let me go back and share my screen again. Or wait, I am still sharing. Duh. Live, love, cheer shirt. So this is, if you guys aren't familiar, this teal colored thing that's loading here, this is just product or Chrome extension. It's free. And it'll give you a little bit of data. Don't take everything it says exact, because all of these tools are not 100% accurate, right? They're scraping from metadata sources and kind of putting this together, but it's not always up to date, and sometimes it makes mistakes. But yeah, this is saying if I type in live, love, cheer shirt, Amazon's showing this, but Productor is saying there's 2,200 products total, basically, which I would consider low competition. But really, more importantly, when I look at this right here, this first top row, I can see 1, 2, 3 of these that have reviews. That's social proof. I can quickly scan these BSRs, and these are great BSRs. 151, 50 sold in the past month. Fantastic. So that's wonderful. These other BSRs, this is probably all the same seller. These other BSRs, very good too. So go down here, we get some more. Look, every single one of these has sales. Here's another one, 9 reviews, 772. Look at the prices though, 16, 17, 13, 16. 13, 16, 13, 17, right? And you're priced at $21.99 and you don't have any stars and you don't have this 50 plus bot and you don't have a BSR and you're like $5 to $7 more than these shirts. So you need to, hey, Philip. So you need to kind of be cognizant of that and pricing and price strategy. You know, we could do a whole separate live stream just on that. But I will say that if you're a new shirt and you're entering a niche and you don't have some kind of really unique, captivating design, and you don't have any of the social icons, the validation icons like reviews and stars and comments, things like that, you're not likely to get clicked because you're going to be on page 2 or 3. It's going to be hard to see that. So yeah, I think this is a great niche to answer your question. I think this is a great niche. It looks like the phrase is open. These designs are fun and easy. And I bet if we were to really go through the actual listings, okay, if we were to actually go through this 2,295 listings, or let's see what Amazon changes it to if I jump a few pages. Yeah, over 2,000. I bet if we were to go through these 2,000 listings, we would find that many of these shirts actually aren't even targeting the same exact phrase as live, love, cheer. Because live and love and cheer are common words that people are going to use in their other cheerleading niches in their descriptions, right? So like this right here, in my cheerleader era, this one right here, cheer coach. Those aren't even targeting the phrase live, love, cheer at all. And that's why I tell people, don't get so hung up on this number up here at search results, because even if it says 1,000, 10,000, 50,000, Amazon is showing you more than just the term you search for. It's trying to guess and say, well, if he's looking for a live, love, cheer shirt, he's probably also looking for this shirt that talks about, you know, living for, you know, the sport of cheerleading, or loving, you know, how cheerleading changed your life, or, you know, something else that includes that keyword or phrase. And that may not be the same exact target customer. So don't get too tied up on this. Get a general idea on, like, you know, are these selling? What's some BSRs? You know, what kind of prices are they at? And do I have an idea? Can I enter this niche and improve on a design, or cross niche it with a new concept to where I have a reasonable chance of getting a click and getting some sales? I hope that helps. All right, let me check the chat here, guys. Hi, designer AW. Philip, what's up? That's my buddy Philip. He's agreeing on, yeah, you have to compete on price initially. Yeah, I mean, especially at $21.99. I've been selling on Amazon since 2018, and I rarely posted $21.99. And it really doesn't matter how long I've been selling. What I'm trying to say is that I don't think price consumers right now are accepting $21.99 as just like oh yeah, I'll just add to cart. I'm not saying people don't buy at $21.99. They do. I have friends that sell at $24.99. What I'm saying is, for like a brand new shirt with no reviews, you're going to be buried in the listings. $21.99 is just making it maybe a little bit harder for you. Just try dropping that price a little and seeing if you can get a couple initial sales. And then by all means, raise it to whatever you want. All right, I've been trading, says, hi, Adam, how did your July go with AIP? Mine started like it would be the worst month of the year, but with Prime Day, it ended up being an average month. What about you? Great question. Mine actually turned out pretty good too. My July, let's see. Yeah, the first part of July started out really slow. I think I had my lowest day this year in the month of July, my lowest earnings per day in July. And then right around Prime Day, I had a couple good days there at Prime Day, you know, probably 3 or 4 days where earnings were above average. And then the rest of July finished out pretty strong. So July was a good month for me. I think it's maybe my best month so far in 2024. Maybe, yeah, I think it was pretty good. I'm going to try and do an earnings report and do some more stuff about it. I haven't really done much on AIP lately, but still a fantastic program. I mean, It's fantastic. And yeah, it was a good month for me. All right, Tess said, what are the 3 main keywords you would use in the title for this shirt? I don't want to get too much bogged down in that, Tess, but I would say live, love, cheer is the long tail phrase. And then I would find maybe one other phrase. Cheerleading just seems like you probably got another 10 or 15 characters there that you could try and get in another related keyword. I'm not super familiar with that niche. I would just go through and look at some of those other listings that have reviews, see what kind of keywords they're using, right? And then just think how you would write a sentence like a human. Don't write it keyword stuffed. Don't write it with all those keywords. Write it like you're talking to your best friend across the table. And they say, tell me what this shirt is about. And you say, well, this is a live, love, cheer design. I thought it'd be great for cheerleaders, coaches, family, friends, and, boys and girls both wear it, something like that. I mean, just try and speak organically and include a long tail keyword and maybe a short tail keyword. And you just get on there and look at some of the listings. You can look at this product or Chrome extension right here is telling me all these other keywords, top focus keywords. Cheer might be another one, right? Because, or no, you had live, love, cheer, but just looking at some of these free tools, looking at some of the other listings and formulating a sentence that makes common sense. Don't overthink it. All right. Tess says, is the reverse ASIN a legit thing? Do you guys use it? I don't even know what that is, honestly. I mean, I know what a reverse ASIN is, where you can look it up or something like that, but I have no idea what you have to. What do you mean? Use it in what way or in what fashion? I'm checking my Instagram here real quick. If you guys have more questions, ask them. I'm happy to answer what I can. That was a good question about AIP. Amazon Influencer Program, which is another fantastic program. I've got a bunch of videos on my channel if you guys are interested in that or looking for other ways. Happy to talk more about that stuff. I like to talk about all these side hustles and ways to make money and scaling businesses and strategy and, trying to make it all work. Oh, the reverse ASIN is a legit thing to find keywords for listings. I see. So you type in an ASIN and then you type in an ASIN and then it gives you the keywords. I've never used those. I really haven't. I don't really have. I usually keywords is like one of the. I don't want this to come out wrong, but I usually don't have trouble finding keywords because I usually discover those in the niche research process. So if I had researched and discovered this live, love, cheer niche in this shirt, I would probably have already been familiar with, what kind of target customer I'm trying to create this for, and then what kind of phrasing and keywords I would use to match that, product to a search query. So I've never used the reverse things, but I know there's all kinds of different tools out there. And like even this Chrome extension's telling me, suggestions. And you can also look in the search bar itself, right? Because sometimes Amazon will give you other keywords related to that, right? We can see that there's live, love, cheer socks, live, love, cheer bag, but when you look at these designs, go in and, a couple of these sellers and kind of see what else they're including. See how much longer that title is? Funny, cheerleading, tie-dye, cheer girls, love cheer, mom t-shirt. So she's hitting the moms, the girls. She's got the love cheer, which is probably why live, love, cheer. That's the target. She's got the tie-dye, which I'm surprised that passed 2021 because normally you can't put that in a title. But meaning just you've got more keywords to use here and you've got more keywords to use here. And then you should also have those 1 or 2 main keywords in your bullets. You're kind of like tying all 3 together. You're tying in the bullets, the title, the brand, and obviously that all of those equal what's on the design, right? Do you work on elections? Best Mood said, do you work on elections? I have not worked on the 2024 election. However, I did have shirts on the 2020 election, and those have been selling, right? So they're old shirts. I kind of forgot about them. They've been up there, and I have been getting sales from those because of an interest in the 2024 election. I personally haven't. I don't have a problem with it. I think you need to do your own due diligence in terms of, is it legal to talk about this candidate, right? There's certain rules on whether or not they're sitting in office versus not. Does this candidate have a private brand associated with, aka Trump does on a lot of those? But meaning you do your research, and if it's legitimate and you feel like it's safe and Amazon, it abides by Amazon terms of service, go for it. I personally don't, because I'm like hyper focused on evergreens, guys. Like I am, with the exception of the eclipse earlier this year, I did jump in on that one, but I am so focused on evergreens that I really haven't done much for elections, and I just haven't gone down that path. When is a good time to start posting Halloween shirts? Is now too soon? No, I would say right now. 60 days to 90 days is fine. I'd rather be a little bit early than too late, because there's nothing worse than uploading a shirt like a week before Halloween and it takes off and you're selling like crazy for day 1, day 2, day 3, and then all of a sudden Halloween's here and your sales drop because you only got in like 5 days before the actual event. So I'd always rather be early. I think 60 days is a sweet spot, but we're 90 days out from October 31, little less than 90 days. No, it's not too early. I'd start getting them up. All right, I've been trading. Said I was messaging you on Insta about creator connections and how was July for you for that. Ended up being my best month, doing about 700 from creator collection alone, which was exciting. Okay, yeah. My creator connections was really good too, actually, and I've been tracking that. And if I end up doing another Amazon influencer, report or update or whatever, it's been a couple months, I'll include that. But I think I did over 500 in creator connections in the past 30 days. And it's still kind of scaling up. I think it's still growing, right? Because as you participate in more campaigns, right? Some of these campaigns go for months at a time, but the product peaking, right? Like if it's a Halloween product campaign, it might be going on right now and you might get some sales, but obviously as we get closer to Halloween, those sales are going to pick up. So I do anticipate, I think creator connections is really a good opportunity to get some great products for free and work with brands, negotiating, kind of learning that side of the business, and getting some extra commissions. It can really make a big difference. If you're going from 3% on a product to 10%, that's like selling 3 of that item for every one time at the normal commission rate. So some of these commissions go up to 10, 15, 20, 25% and up, which is really, really good. So yeah, Ben, it's creator connections has got some great potential. All right, Tess said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is having a review on your shirt? On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is having a review on your shirt? Well, it's not so much, it's hard to kind of put a number on it. It's not vital. It's not a 10. You don't have to have it. And it doesn't mean nothing. It's not a 1. So I'll just say a 5, right? But it's kind of like exponential. It's like if you have 1 review, that's almost the same as having 10 reviews. But if you have 10 reviews, that's nothing like having 100 reviews. Because if you have 100 reviews, you have way more sales, and you probably have sales velocity, and you probably have better organic ranking, because Amazon is going to show those shirts that have 100 sales. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. Reviews are important, but it's really the frequency and the amount of reviews that you get that can really propel a listing and hold it there. Okay. Hold it at a top position. And then when you add ads, okay, if you throw ads into it, now you're talking this can really add some fuel to the fire. So I hope that helps. I'm going to grab a really quick drink because this is empty. So I'll be right back in like 1 second. If you guys are in the chat, it says there's 11 people, 8 likes. We're going on 59 minutes. We're just talking about side hustles and chats, or excuse me, side hustle in the chat, asking questions. Hit me with a question so I can come back and answer and we can all learn together. Be right back. All right. I'm back and I see you guys have no questions. All right. Funny story. Before I sat down to do this live stream, before I sat down to do this live stream, I was like, man, I haven't done this in a while. Can't remember how to do it. And I have OBS, which is like this like screen record software. And I'm like, this is always like confusing to set up because I use my MacBook, but I have monitors right here, 2 big monitors, and then my little laptop monitor. So I'm like on there trying to set it up. And then I realized there's like trying to set up the stream with OBS and I couldn't figure it out. So then it was like YouTube basically just let me like use their camera, right? Where it's just like the YouTube studio. And I feel stupid because I could have just been using that this whole time. I don't really know the advantage of using OBS, but with the YouTube studio, it just connected automatically to my webcam. It recognized my microphone. And then I have a window here I can watch it on. And then I have the share screen button. And that was important. That's why I thought I needed the OBS. But anyway, it's way easier if you just hit the little camera icon and then just like turn it on. All right. Do you guys have any other questions? Any other questions about side hustles, print on demand, Amazon influencer? All right. Tess said, what's stopping me from just having my mom review all of my shirts? Well, a couple things really. In order for your mother to be eligible to leave a written review, right, where she can add like, 4 stars or 5 stars and write a review, she'd have to buy the shirt. So if your mom's going to buy all your shirts and leave a review, that's the first hurdle. But the second hurdle is that Amazon has said in their terms of service or something, right, that you can't get reviews from friends and family, or you can't entice reviews by asking someone to buy. I don't know exactly the language. I'm sure people have found ways around it, but the issue mainly is that you're not supposed to get biased reviews from friends or family, especially for products that you sell. And then the hard part is, like I said, they have to actually buy them. They have to actually buy them to be able to leave a review in the first place. Did they all have to buy the shirt to review it? Yes. Would you ever buy your own shirt in hopes it would gain some traction? Absolutely. I bought many, many, many of my own shirts. Tons of them. Probably, I don't know, maybe not tons, probably 10 or 20 shirts over the years, where I get a shirt, especially when I first started, because I wanted to like see the shirt, see how the print looks. So I would make one and I'd be like, I'll just buy it and I'll just wear it as like around the house or, whatever. I've made shirts for friends for kickball league. I've made shirts and bought them for, family reunion stuff, events like holidays. Yeah, nothing wrong with buying your own shirt. You just can't like buy your own and then turn around and leave your own review. But you can buy your own stuff. Your friends and family can buy them. Just the review thing you want to avoid. Creatively engineering question: does streetwear brutalism designs sell on Amazon? I think I know what that is, but let me just do a quick Google check to make sure I kind of know. Are those the ones where they like kind of have like the wrappers and it's like really, really big graphics, and sometimes it's images, like photo art images, like album cover. Like, is that what you mean? That kind of stuff? Streetwear brutalism? I'm looking on Google here, and that's kind of what it's looking like to me. Are you still there? Creatively engineered? Just confirm if that's what you mean. We'll pull it up and look at some, because that's not a niche I'm super familiar with, but we could probably determine pretty quick if there's any kind of demand for that sort of thing. Let's see. All right, we're checking to see here. Can you guys see that? Yep. All right, we're gonna check streetwear style shirts. I'm gonna type t-shirts. Big graphics like on. Well, I mean, I know shirts on Kittle sell, and I know the big graphics. Like, yeah, that's absolutely. But I need to see, like, can you give me a niche, like a broad niche, like something that would have this? I think I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to think, like rap cover album shirts, like something that's like, no, kind of like this. Would that be considered like streetwear brutalism, where it's kind of like these collage style with big text, but in, street, like this right here? Is this streetwear brutalism? This is what I envision in my head, like this style. Is that what you mean? You were talking about retro bootleg. Search Kittle for streetwear. All right, let me log into Kittle real quick. New project. Dang it. Streetwear. Streetwear. Let me see if this is what you're talking about. I'm now in Kittle, and I typed in streetwear. Streetwear on Kittle. This kind of stuff, like this, that. Those bootleg style. Well, which one? How do I find? What did you say to search? How do I find what you're talking about exactly? Search Kittle for streetwear. I'm on Kittle, and I typed in streetwear. Streetwear graphic. Is this what you mean when you say, oh man, look at that one? That is a cool design right there. I like that one. Look at that. Man. I have been using Kittle lately, guys. I haven't even posted about that, but I do have an account you can see right here. And there's some pretty cool stuff on there. How do I go back? Yep, those. Okay. So we did confirm it is. Let me close all this other junk. All right. We did confirm streetwear. These. So this is the topic we're on, guys. Do streetwear brutalism style designs. And thank you for educating me, because now I see the difference. Bootleg was what we were looking at before, which is kind of those, I consider them like the 90s rap album style, but these are a little bit more, I would say, closer to grunge, closer to metal. I've definitely seen designs like these sell on Amazon, but it's hard to think of like a style. My brain hasn't really thought of it in the way of like, does this style sell? Because I always focus on the niche, right? So like I'm sure there's niches that could sell with this style, but I don't know any off the top of my head because I haven't really specifically researched those, right? To find that. Hello, Ali. I see some other questions here. Tess is asking, who's the best Amazon mercher on YouTube? Philip, Ryan, Hogue, etc. You'd have to be the judge of that. Ali, hello. Question about search results. When it jumps on the third page, do you avoid it when it's too much? No. Third page, 10th page, 100th page. I don't care. If it's a good selling niche and I understand it and I can make a cool design, it's going up. I don't care if it's on page 500. All right. But we wanted to see, I want to see, yeah. Can we find some designs like this on Amazon? So now I'm going to Amazon and we're going to go to, I'm just going to do some searches to see if we can find anything like that. So share this tab. We're changing browsers, jumping around. Okay. Can you guys see that now? All right. And now we're going to go and I'm going to type in macabre shirts because that's what came out in my head for this style. These are kind of more vintage macabre. Maybe that's not the right word I'm looking for. Yeah, that's not the right word I'm looking for. Let me think what else. Let's just see what happens when I typed in or when I search by shirt. See any niches actually in here. Okay, so that's like a space skeleton, embrace style diversity. This is tough. It's like we're backwards engineering trying to find a niche to validate if this style would sell. I mean, definitely like, yeah, music festival, like a heavy metal techno music festival. Like this is like the kind of stuff you see them use. Maybe like some kind of goth metal. Is that a thing? Goth metal. Death metal. Let's try metal music festival. Shirt. Heavy metal is my therapy. Kinda right here. It's still not exactly like what you're talking about. You know, I think here's my answer to your question on whether or not this streetwear brutalism style sells on Amazon. I definitely think it could because these graphics, these are kind of more, you know, based on, I would say like maybe a movie poster or an advertisement, like something like this, you know, that's not going to necessarily work on a t-shirt. This is like literally a movie poster. Same with this. But these graphics in general and how they're laid out, like absolutely, you just have to customize it obviously to whatever niche it is that you're selling. This is like an anime right here. Like that's a cool graphic. And then putting this on an anime shirt, I totally think if I did some research and knew about anime and could maybe niche down or cross niche and come up with something, absolutely could do on that. Same with some of these skeleton ones like this one and this one. Some of these fonts are great. This is a great font. I don't see how that has anything to do with streetwear. Dare to be different, but that's a cool font that would look really good on like a. So what I'm saying is, yeah, I do think these would sell. I don't know of any niches off the top of my head that would be a good fit. There's quite a bit of variety here, but I think I see the gist of what you mean in this streetwear style. Did I type in just streetwear t-shirts? Did anything come up? I can't even remember if we tried that. Streetwear t-shirt graffiti. Let's see what that comes up as. Okay. These are more graphic. These. Yeah, not seeing much there. Let's try skull. Yep. Okay. Kinda. It's like a Van Gogh skeleton. Wow. That thing is selling like crazy. Look at that. 427 reviews. This looks like it might be an independent artist or something. Nathan Kawanishi. But he might have, that might be his art that he's put on a shirt. That'd be my guess. Anyway. Yeah, so like see this skull here? Like that could easily be one of, these Kittle style skulls, right? Where you could open it up, take out the skull. Like let's say this one here. Let's see if I can wrote what I'm talking about. Yeah, you could take out the text, right? We want to take this out, take this out, take this out, take that, delete. I want to make this bigger. Find the center. Like that. Let's look at this again. Yeah. It'd be a pretty cool shirt like that, honestly. That'd be a cool shirt if you're into that stuff. I mean, so yeah, I think you could make some cool stuff from some of these. Absolutely. You just got to find a niche and a target customer. And, maybe that's a mistake that a lot of people are making. I know that is a common mistake, but maybe more people are doing it than I realized, because I've never once thought of I want to find a style and then create designs or find a niche for that style. I've never thought of it that way. Um, that's great. I mean, it's just a different way to look at things. I've always focused on the niche and then said, who's the target customer? And then I said, I'm going to create a design in whichever style I think is going to resonate with them. And that's discovered during the research process, right? When you're like, oh, they like this very friendly style, or the popular designs are, pastel colors, or they're very grunge and dark and distressed. They look like they're worn, right? All that you can kind of discover once you do a little bit of niche research and you understand a little bit about the target customer. Would you rather spend your time making 1,000 random shirts or spend the same time making 100 shirts, but all niche researched? I would rather spend my time making one shirt that's all niche researched than 1,000 random shirts. 1,000 random shirts, don't waste your time. You got to have some niche research. You got to have a plan, a target customer, audience, and a design. All those and the keywords. You can't just randomize it. Do you ever sell shirts without words, just like straight up graphics? Yeah, all the time. Absolutely. Every day, thousands are sold on Amazon. Creative Engineering said, I'm experimenting now with a design now that is anime and streetwear. Very good. That sounds like a great cross niche. And good for you. And then you said, so far, no one is doing that style. With any niche except in the brick and mortar stores. Wow. That's an example of, like, when we talk about niches and niche research and cross niching, that's a great idea to cross niche, but that's also like a niche area that, like, I've never even thought of. I never even looked or researched it. And there's probably tons of opportunities, sub niches within those categories, right? Where you could carve out an area of design expertise or style, or come up with your own brand. There's so many niches out there, guys. It's just all about discovering them and then creating a design that matches what someone is looking for in that niche, right? And the data is here because Amazon shows us every day what is selling. That's what's on those first few pages, and remember, you don't have to, when you're looking at like shirts, for example, when you're looking at those things, let me go back to this. When you're doing your niche research and you're looking at things like shirts or whatever the case may be, you don't necessarily have to pay attention just to the top sellers in the niche that you're focused on. And what I mean by that is anytime I'm looking at shirts, no matter what niche it's in, I'm always just trying to identify who are the winners in this niche. Okay. And what that does is it kind of trains my mind to be able to identify these little things or these concepts that are attributing to that design success. So that when I'm creating a different design, totally unrelated to that niche, couldn't be any more different, but I can maybe use some of the concepts of why that niche design was successful in the niche I'm creating, right? That's why it's important you guys kind of like observe, or at least I do, right? Observe and try and pay attention to, why is this one working? What is it? And sometimes the answer is it's just first, right? First to market is a thing. If you get a good design up and you're the first one there, meaning, say 10 years ago when Amazon first started selling shirts like that, you probably are still going to have great sales and good ranking and a lot of reviews. And that sometimes that's all it takes, other times it's a creative design element. Other times it's better keywords. Other times it's ads. Other times it's external traffic. You just never know, right? But there is still a lot that we can learn from taking a look at that sort of stuff. All right. Cremo DZ said, what do you think about Spreadshirt? I've never used Spreadshirt. So unfortunately, I don't have much feedback on it. I have friends that use it, but I've never personally designed for it or bought anything on it. So I'm not sure on that one. All right. Well, if you're still in the chat, would you mind giving this video a like? And I got a few more minutes, so ask your questions if you have them. And if you guys haven't signed up for my newsletter, there is a link to sign up in this chat, and there's a link on my YouTube page and on my Instagram, but you should sign up for my newsletter. You do get a free copy of my niche guide, which we went over earlier in this video, and I've done some other stuff on it. I think it could really help a lot of people. There's some great niches in there. It's a great thing to just kind of have up while you're doing your niche research, just like we did earlier, where I can refer over kind of, well, I'm looking for a keyword. I'm looking for an idea here. I want to do something that's summer related. Okay. But now I want to find, barbecue, or, back to school or whatever. All right. We got a new chatter here. Montessori Winner. How's TikTok Shop affiliate going for you? It's funny you asked that. I just emailed out an update last week on my newsletter with a screenshot of my TikTok Shop affiliate. And I did about $500 in the month of July, which, I know that's not much compared to obviously some of the other folks that are making like crazy money on TikTok Shop, but I'm not putting much effort. I have a pretty niche TikTok page, put up some videos, a couple hours a week at most, and kind of have fun with it and try not to make it too much of work. But I made $500, and I do think there's a lot of potential there. So I'm going to kind of keep that warm, kind of keep throwing some stuff up. And then maybe here in the next month or two, once we really kind of turn into Q4, I think TikTok's going to push that a lot more in their algorithm. They're going to want to compete with Amazon. I think this is the first quarter for TikTok Shop, at least in the version we're seeing right now. So I think TikTok Shop this quarter 4 is going to be pushing that a lot in their feeds, which means it's going to get a lot of eyes, and I think they're going to try and compete with Amazon. They want to prove, hey, look how much money we can make on this app through in-app shopping. So if you're watching this and you're looking for a way to make some money, I do think TikTok Shop is worth looking at. It's a lot of work. It's not easy. It's not easy money, but for the ceiling is high, right? You can really make a lot of money, and you just never know, guys. Sometimes the dumbest videos go viral. Sometimes people get lucky. I was able to make, like I said, a couple $100, and I'm not really pushing it too hard. I still have a lot to learn, and I don't really enjoy and love making the short form content. I think I would if I was better at it, and I just need to get more practice and find a better system and method. But man, there is some serious money to be made. And I don't plan on walking away from it. I'm not turning my back on it yet, but I'm just keeping it warm until I get a good, boost, and I'll jump back in it hard. Tess said, what tier merch are you in? I'm in tier 100,000, 100K. Can you give a simple rundown on how you run your Amazon ads? Not really. There's really not a simple way. I have a lot of videos on my YouTube channel where I go over my ads. I think I have 3 or 4 that are all about my Amazon ads. I would go back and watch some of those. All right, Montessor said, yes, there's huge potential in TikTok affiliate. I do TikTok CRP. Try posting 1+ minute videos. TikTok seems, oh, I do like the TikTok CRP. Try posting 1 minute plus video. TikTok seems to push them more. Yeah, because that's when you're getting paid through the creative rewards program, right? That's totally just based on like watch time and ad revenue. That's not based on affiliate sales, correct? Because I think I participate in that. And I posted 1 or 2 1-minute videos, over 1 minute, because I think they have to be eligible, right, to start earning. But both of them, like, I got errors, like they weren't eligible. I don't know what I did. I probably used some music or used some kind of effect or something, and it wouldn't let me. It wasn't eligible for the Creator Rewards Program revenue. So I haven't really experienced that yet, but I know that people do it, and yeah, we could do it like a whole nother live stream on TikTok. But anyway, all right, guys, I got to wrap it up. I got dinner plans. Thank you for watching. If you're still here, please give this video a like, sign up for my newsletter. If this is a fun thing, like I don't mind doing this, just jumping on here and chatting. I'm not an expert by any means, but I do have some experience and I like kind of sharing this and talking to people. And so maybe we'll do it again. Let me know if you liked it. And you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching. Later.